Now for some Arkham Asylum. I'm joined once again by Brian and Sam, also returning guests from one of the Spider-Man episodes, Brandon, and also a new guest. We can see, you can hear them, we can hear them, but we cannot see them. I am also introduced by Brian's daughter and Sam's twin, Karen.
Say hello, Karen.
Karen,
Can you not hear me?
We can hear you.
you sound very distant.
Oh, I'm right next to the microphone.
Is it by your face?
Yeah.
You try getting inside the microphone.
Look at that car.
But man, just
It's beautiful.
to think this game came out in 2009, 4 years before the Xbox One and PS4 came out.
Yeah. It still looks good.
For anyone wondering, I am playing Return to Arkham City, which is the HD version, I use that in air quotes, of Arkham Asylum. Just some things, some slight things touch up, and some things were brightened a bit. But I consider this the horror game, the horror genre of the Arkham series.
The car reminded me of a picture I saw. I'll have to send the picture so that everyone who,
But just
listening
look,
can watch.
just look at Arkham. Just
Well, look at
That's
this.
beautiful.
It's very beautiful.
Look at this Batman.
Oh, that's an AI generated.
See the Batman.
I have mixed feelings about AI generated art, but just
It's a Mandalorian Batman.
just look at how beautiful this is. And the best thing I like about this game, during certain altercations in the cutscenes, Batman's armor gets like all ripped up and jagged and everything.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy that voices him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kevin Conroy
yeah.
actually did one more voice role for Batman. He returned to do the voice one more time in the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, which takes place
Yeah.
in Arkham universe.
Yeah. R.I.P. Big guy. Love you.
And he was on the CW show.
Yeah, I was really sad to hear about
Oh, that's right.
that.
He's the only
Yeah, he was.
he is the only
Black
other
appeared- Bruce on that show.
yeah. So let it be known that Kevin Conroy is the only other Batman actor to voice Batman and play a live action version of Batman. The first was Adam West.
Which loved him. He was fantastic.
I don't know.
What was it? Was that his show with the hot dog phones or whatever it was? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't get rid of a
Hey, I
bomb.
gotta
Hey,
go.
Seer.
God.
It took a bit to get it. 'cause
My
I saw
favorite is
black-
the shark repellent.
Yeah, the shark repellent. Oh, the helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shark repellent bat spray.
And this is also one of my favorite features. Just look at just look at the
It's so
attention to
creepy.
just look at the attention to detail on the Joker.
When you do a close-up of the Bat's costume and the Bendu screen, man, you can see the stitching and stuff, and the way the cape looks like leather. It's fantastic.
I mean, just look at and look at like the shoes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this game came out in 2009, and I have to put that up there. I have to put it up there with the Spider-Man 2018.
Well, and for the time period, I'd say like Gears of War and maybe Mass Effect as far as like the top-notch quality of the graphics and everything.
Oh yeah, and looking like what the trailer showed, and not just like say something like Dead Island, like, oh look, it looks great.
Oh.
And it's completely different.
What a piece of junk!
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that's been mentioned before, where we were all
Heard good stuff
excited
about
about
the
the
second one.
trailer, and then it was just an awful gameplay.
Oh,
I heard
speaking
the
of
second one is better.
Dead Island 2, the official Dead Island 2, that game. And for anyone listening, the gaming commentary has become an official podcast now. Gaming content is now on an unofficial podcast, so we will not only be talking about the game I'm playing, but we'll be talking about random shit. Speaking of Dead Island 2, that game has been in development hell since 2014.
Good, should have stayed there.
Really?
Yeah, we got the first trailer, but a lot of like the main company was Deep Silver, the same company who helped. I can't remember. I think it was Deep Silver, but there was a second company that helped development, but they backed out. So Dead Island 2 was in like limbo. It was gonna get an official release in 2016, but we finally got a gameplay. We finally got footage game for it.
Try not to die.
Came out recently. I watched the gameplay and oh my god. Like if you set a zombie on fire, their skin actually scorches and burns. You electrocute them. If you fight a decaying zombie, if you punch it in the jaw, its jaw will fall off. Or if you shoot it, if you shoot it, there'll be bullet holes. If you use a knife and cut its stomach, its guts will fall out.
Really?
Gross.
Well,
Yeah,
that sounds awesome, but still not enough to convince me to buy it.
I mean, I'll get it if it goes on sale. It's just kind of hard to go back to that. And I thought Riptide was number 2.
No,
Wasn't that
well,
a separate game?
no. So Dead Island Riptide is a spin-off of the first Dead Island game, but it takes literally months after the events of the first game.
Okay.
It's kind of like what they did with Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Ah, okay.
Oh, so like a little side story kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Makes sense.
That's exactly what.
Look at the man's cape, man.
And it's leather. I mean, look at his look at his cowl. You know, I love the fact that they based his suit off almost the animated series.
It's close. It's like the old classic one.
I love
Bob the
how the
Billfinger and
cape
Bob Kane.
swishes.
Oh yeah. Oh, and here's my favorite.
Swishy.
My favorite character, but my least favorite boss fight.
What are you laughing about, Karen?
You know, I hear the cat
Just swishy cape.
like 50 times in a row.
No.
I mean, just look at the attention to detail on Killer Croc.
Oh yeah,
Right,
oh, yeah
Croc's awesome.
I really like this iteration of Croc.
I mean, the first time I ever saw Killer Croc was from the animated series when he looked more humanoid. But like,
I never paid attention to how detailed he actually is.
Oh yeah, they went all the way
you know what's weird? How Arkham Origins takes place in the same universe, yet Killer Croc looks nothing
Oh, those teeth, man.
like this. He looks more humanoid.
I never played Origins. I like did a little bit of it on the PS Now stuff, and I just had a hard time getting into it. Plus, not having Kevin voice Batman was
Oh yeah,
already
it was
kinda
it was Roger Craig Smith because it was supposed to be a younger Batman.
I don't
Okay,
care.
that's
Kevin
why-
can pull it off.
That's why Troy Baker also voiced the Joker in Origins.
Okay.
Oh,
What's-
Troy Baker
Know
is a
that?
good voice actor.
He
What's-
is good at voice acting, but I didn't know he was the Joker.
Yeah, he voiced the Joker in Arkham. Yeah, in Arkham Origins, he was the voice of Two-Face in Arkham City, and also in the animated movie Assault on Arkham, he comes back to voice the Joker.
Which that was actually a really good movie. But for me, Mark is the man for Joker, and then I will give John DiMaggio a pass for Under the Red Hood and the other one that he was in because he's
yeah.
not bad.
That's right. It was John that was.
John
Yeah.
DiMaggio
Yeah, I
and
loved-
John DiMaggio in Under the Red Hood, and also he voiced the Joker again in the Red Hood Choose Your Own Story.
Which was
Yeah.
a weird one,
What are you
but yeah.
really after?
Yeah, I loved his performance as Joker. That was really great.
I was not expecting it from that actor. He does like silly, weird characters, and then
Well,
oh,
yeah.
he's the
besides-
Joker.
Go from Marcus Phoenix to Jake the Dog to Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, another Joker voice actor I kind of surprised me was Kevin Michael Richardson, who voiced the Joker in the Batman animated series that came out on Warner Brothers called The Batman.
Yeah, and then that cat that played Zep in Saw did it for Dark Knight Returns. I can't remember his name though.
Wait, who in Saw?
Okay, so the guy that played Zep, the orderly,
Oh,
one at the end. that had
yeah.
Has arrived.
yeah, he played Joker in.
All right, Brian, you're kind of echoing.
That's what I was afraid of. Let me move my stuff.
Yeah,
He
move
vanished
your
elsewhere.
stuff. Yeah, he vanished.
You are banned.
Only three? I'll be sure to try
those
harder
cutscenes.
next time.
All right,
What
fine.
day do we aim for
Can't got all
100?
this.
Did any of you look at this Batman Mandalorian mashup?
Yes.
Yes.
No, if only you had
That's
shown me a
Superman
few
one.
minutes ago.
No, I told Jim.
I want to watch this cutscene real quick. I gotta.
The Superman
Yeah,
one.
look at that.
is
I
possible.
told Jim he needs to make that suit.
I want to make the Superman one.
That's a good one too.
There's a
Yeah,
Captain
it is.
America Mandalorian and a Spider-Man
Oh, there we
and
go.
Iron Man.
Also, let it let it be known. So 3 original voice actors from the animated series are in this: Kevin Conroy's Batman, Mark Hamill's Joker, and Arlene Sorkin voices Harley Quinn in this.
Harley. Yep.
Before she got replaced by Tara Strong in City and Night.
But you know, with that voice, they're almost indistinguishable.
And then the Gotham Knights video game, which is not related to the Arkham series. Carrie Walgren voices Harley Quinn.
Look at the man. Fuck them bitches up. Choke him out.
Get him!
And just the attention to detail. And another thing I like about this game, which I'm kind of surprised they did, and I found it by completely accident, is when you throw your battering at the TV screens, it'll crack.
Oh, there's all kinds of little things like that. You look at paint chips on some surfaces and stuff. They went as full on as they possibly could within the limits of the technology. I mean,
and
when I first played the game and then you get killed and the Joker like pops up saying you're dead, it's terrifying.
That's been a common thing as of late.
I apologize for this interruption.
I can't remember. Oh, it's a white button.
But you know
For
how
counters.
Wayne and I were talking about Bat Family animals, and I found out Batgirl has animals of her own. She's got a cat and a bird.
Go on. Ah, yes. I've never punched anyone against the electric things before.
So I will say, of pretty much any game like this, that the establishment from Rocksteady with the I don't know, like almost feel like you're in a dance or the
Shut up, Joker.
Considering how it was supposed to be the rhythm game.
Oh yeah, it was supposed to be
combat
it was supposed to be the 2D rhythmic fighting game, which I can't see it.
I can't either, but if this is what's left over with the just the way the combat works, you know, that having that beat and that rhythm to it, it's fantastic.
Oh, is there any like showing of what that game looked like? Does it say like that rhythm game for the Wii?
I will look at once this episode goes up and I edit. I will look. Also, this is my favorite details as well. When you knocked out, their eyes closed, their chest is moving, and also look at like the Stitch. He had a lobotomy, not a lobotomy, but he had his
cerebrectomy.
Yeah,
electronic cerebrectomy. Right?
And also like this is my favorite. This is also my favorite thing: detective mode.
Yeah, oh, it's great.
See them bones,
Superman.
Condition unconscious, 30 beats per minute.
Oh, that was a fantastic introduction with that. I really liked getting to do the detective portions throughout the games. One of my favorites was like, say, the reconstruction scenes in Arkham Knight. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Status deceased. Identity unknown.
Oh.
All right, and before we go, I need to go in here real fast.
I stuck at the combat. Also, physically, it's hard.
What's that, Karen?
To sit there and play the combat things for Batman because of all the movement in your hands. Because my hands all messed up, it makes it really hard to do it for a long period of time.
And the first Riddler trophy, I feel like it gives you it. Also, I love the art style that they did for the characters.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed the illustrations.
It tells you who they are. It tells you about their facts, like, you know, your real name Eddie Nashton, professional criminal, Gotham City, eyes blue, hair brown, height 6'1", 183 pounds, and he was first introduced in Detective Comics number 140 in October of 1948.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
And they would eventually change this whole fact things in the other games where it says, I can't remember. I think they said the one for Harley Quinn, they changed, instead of showing her being introduced in the animated series, they changed it to where she had her first comic book appearance.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And then attributes: genius, intellect, driven by a need to test his wits against law enforcement by leaving clues to his planned crimes. Also, he has a compulsive need for attention. Apparently, mommy and daddy didn't love him enough.
That's every serial killer.
Well, yeah, it's
and then
true. Or people with severe mental disabilities, yeah.
It's the voice catalog, like archives that like started creeping me out.
And then
When
we
you
got
And like
Sharp.
this.
And it says his first appearance, Batman Arkham Asylum, summer of 2009. Wow.
Who's that?
That was the first game. Oh,
Warden
Sharp.
Sharp.
Yeah, Warden Sharp. He's never made an appearance in the comics. This is like his first all appearance. He's never been mentioned prior. And then we got, Jim Gordon. I like that. Again, I love the art style.
It was
They
nice.
did.
Lord.
That
Yeah.
digital watercolor.
Detective Comics, number 27, 1939.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's old.
And then we got the joke, and I love the Joker's art.
Yep.
It's
I like how
creepy.
they try to make, the characters look like the drawings, and whoever the artist who'd made these, really well done job.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Real name unknown, professional criminal, Gotham City. He's only 160 pounds, and Batman #1, spring of 1940. Oh, that's right. It was, the first appearance of the Joker, and then we had first appearance of Catwoman, and then we had the return of the Joker. And then Batman's, just look at that.
Yeah,
Wow.
great.
Batman.
Yeah, Nightwing.
CEO
Yeah.
philanthropist, 210 pounds, and he's 6'2".
Mhm.
210
Oh.
pounds.
Oh, he's
All muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
all
it's like
muscle.
that's all muscle man.
Where's all that beer go? Or
Beefcake.
alcohol? He drinks
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, all that is man.
Oh yeah, and if we got, and this is
Alcohol
this
is
is
what fuels
one of the
his engine.
little stupidest Riddler challenges.
Those
all the-
chattering teeth.
Oh, speaking of muscles, Jim got jealous because he looked up a picture of Hugh Jackman, like severely ripped, and he said,
You
"I
mean
want
Hugh
muscles
Jackman?
like that."
I mean,
You mean my boyfriend?
Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman is like pushing almost 60, and like
He's like, I think he's
Great
like
for
55 or 56, but I don't care.
Did you
He's-
say your
he's lovely.
boyfriend?
Well, he is to me, but he just doesn't know it.
Oh my!
Everywhere that madman goes.
Oh,
death
that's
is sure
funny.
to follow.
Someday when he's not married and
Or have
and is gay.
What about
or
Gerard
he's really-
Butler?
Oh, I don't know. Gerard back in the day, yes.
I think
but,
Hugh Jackman still wins.
Yeah, but Hugh, my lovely Hugh, yes. And
So
him and Amir Khan.
a weird subject came up at work, talking about fictional characters. That's how it started, and then it translated to real people, of who had the better looking muscles. So Batman came up, and then Hugh
naturally.
Jackman came up, and then
Henry.
Keanu Reeves, and
Mm.
then
Eh.
Henry Cavill.
What?
Yeah, and
What
so
happened?
my coworker said
Joker.
Keanu Reeves is the
You're
okay to
sexiest
be
man
alive.
alive. It's like that title belongs to Hugh Jackman.
Yes.
I mean that could be
Fit,
debatable.
but I don't know if he'd be
With a very
muscular
close-
per se.
With a very close Henry Cavill behind it.
He's very
Oh, yeah.
acrobatic.
Oh yeah,
I
speaking
wouldn't
of
touch-
But it was just funny. It was a funny conversation to have at work.
like I said, people, you will hear a lot of weird things. And speaking of Cavill, we just finally got season 3 trailer for The Witcher, which is Henry Cavill's last appearance as Geralt before he goes on to bigger and better things for the live-action Warhammer 40K TV
Yeah.
series.
For the Emperor.
Oh, he's doing
Which-
that too?
Which he'll be
Really
like,
is a nerd.
I think he'll be like an executive producer, and he also gets a role. Oh yeah,
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I
Hey,
look
he's a
forward to that.
huge nerd.
He built his own computer.
computer. He
Yeah.
paints his own minifigures. Like
Yeah.
the dude.
He's
Oh, come-
running
I wanted
free in
to.
Arkham.
He's my favorite Superman when it comes to the movies. But TV show is Tom Welling who's following.
I will say I didn't really care for Superman or was interested at all till I saw Man of Steel.
Oh yeah.
Then I just liked that portrayal of the character. 'Cause otherwise, I've never seen just like some of the old campier stuff, and it's like, well,
Yeah, a little green rock.
Not
really,
much depth
and he
to
can
him.
fly to the sun in a little green rock. It's
So, and here's a joke I heard. So Superman's weakness is a rock. You know what Batman's weakness is?
like
His
alcohol.
his parents.
yeah.
Batman's
Well-
weakness is his parents.
That's true, and it's also his strength. That's what keeps him going. So
He's got Mike.
Right, in that scene with Batman and Superman where he's on the roof and
Wait
he says,
here.
Martha.
Can't. He'll kill
Yeah.
Mike if he
How do you know that name?
that was so
Yeah.
bad.
So was that like
That's so
a
crazy.
creative choice to have the writer say, you know what? We should name both let's name both
and this
Bruce and
guard
Superman's
dies.
parents Martha.
Do you hear?
And let
I-
have his parents be the people from The Walking Dead.
I think Clark's parents were already named before Bruce came around.
Oh, that's right,
And
because Bruce's parents
first.
didn't get introduced till like later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't Superman? I don't know how Superman ages.
Well, okay,
Technically,
so
Superman is older, but
it's also I'd have to look into it because I don't really care that you know the origins sometimes aren't really that
no,
important.
Supergirl is older because she got stuck in the Transformers.
Yeah,
for,
she
like,
was
14
stuck-
years.
yeah,
Oh,
she
that's right. She's still
Technically,
I
she's
see
like,
anyone coming
but somehow
close,
her she
and
so
he
basically had she
dies.
not slowly aged due to the space, however that shit works, she'd be like she'd be old enough to be Cal's like mother.
to strike.
And
It's
age
not
Coming
older.
on the
Yeah.
ground.
she'd
Not
be
his
like
grandmother.
she'd be like 40 or 50 because she was well, when I first saw how that went in the Injustice 2 game, she was like at least a teenager or 18.
yeah, she was like 16
Yeah.
or 18, something like that.
Yeah. So on that profile shot you just had of the bat, man, look how big his freaking arms are. There's no way that cat's 210. He's got to be pushing 3. He's like Thor's size there. That's
Hey man, he's got to
Right
just
now, I'm
downgrade
about
his
that.
weight a little bit.
well, but when
Don't
you
be
see
fat
the
shaming the
suit,
Batman.
no, I'm not fat shaming. I'm just saying if you look at
Zaz's down.
the way that suit's constructed, it's kind of like Batflex one, where it's a slight muscle suit, but it's not overly done.
My question is, how does he not rip his suit with the amount of muscle he has?
Well, it's like he's like wearing like Kevlar or something because
But there's the Harley Quinn.
because in Arkham City, when you get shot by Two-Face, you'll see like some like Kevlar or something underneath his suit.
Yeah, so way back when in the like early 90s, well actually late 80s and early 90s and stuff, there was that was addressed as like why he had the big yellow symbol on his chest with the bat on it. And it was because body armor at that time realistically was too heavy. You know, you'd have big flak jackets, Kevlar suits, things like that. So what he was wearing was like a steel plate on his chest, and he was giving criminals a target.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't afford to armor his head, he couldn't be wearing leg armor.